It's Uncle Joey here checking in with you, making sure you're straight, you got your life together, everything's tip-top, magoo. Lee Syatt, K5, my little nephew of death. How you doing, my little Christ killer?
I'm doing pretty good.
You look good.
Trying.
You look healthy. Lee's got some news. We'll talk about it later. It was a great weekend. Lee and I went Thursday night. We had a great time. We giggled. Lee got hammered. Kate quickly kissed Lee on the cheek. You guys all got to retweet it and jump up and down. And you predicted a church wedding and the whole fucking deal. So, and I'm not complaining for being busy. Thank God, we're here and everybody's healthy and we're working and we've worked hard towards what's coming in. So I'm not complaining.
It's weird. You're in two completely different industries. Stand-up gets booked a year in advance and acting gets booked a week in advance.
They would give you space with everything. They don't do dick no more. They give out offers, and then whatever's not offered out, they book out in-house, or they know you, or they make you come in, and it always shoots in 2 days, or it shoots in 6 months. Those are not that good either. And I gotta tell you, man, I felt really good about doing it this weekend. I can't tell you why.
That's really awesome, yeah.
Why. I don't know why. And I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. Well, because it's like it took... I want people to understand that for your life to change, it takes patience. And sometimes, man, it takes 3 years. It took me 20 years to change my life. And that was with a monkey on my back. It's like that running back that does 10 yards, fumbles the ball, he recovers it, but he loses 2 yards on the... I just kept doing that for a lot of years. And then it got better and better and better. Then I stopped fumbling the ball. And then I met a good woman. And then eventually it all fell into place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just one of those things. So I never want people to understand that you ever get to a place where you're very happy. Now you start thinking about the things you did at one point and the people you have to make good to and the people that you owe your friendship to. That's really important to me. I'm getting to that age that I don't want no beefs with these people if something ever happens to me. I want them to know that I really appreciate them at that time in my life. I get mustard. I want to lose weight. Oh, I got $6. The biggest one is love. That's the biggest one. That we meet somebody, we go to dinner 3 times, they're cute, she's cute, everything's okay. She lives close by, you like the dog, she likes your roommate. What is wrong with just hanging out? The problem is, we never state the truth in the beginning of our intentions.
That's very true.
And some women want to know right now, today, and you have to straighten them out too on this. I'm not straightening anybody out, I'm just explaining it. You have to explain to them. This is life. It's 2018. I want you, your control of this life is the paper and the pen. For the 80th time. What you want and how you're going to get there is your whole plan. Everything else, like I was writing today, and I'm writing about when I got arrested, guys, I had nobody to turn to. I would love to tell you to sit here that Mr. Popular had nobody to turn to. It was a high bail. They wanted a full amount. And the person who came to my aid was somebody who did not like me at all. It was the girl I was dating's father. Him and I didn't see eye to eye. Why? Want me to tell you why? I was a car detailer who had just become a car salesman dating his daughter who he enrolled in Arizona State to be in the business management program. And she dropped out the day the dude like me, now she was cutting hair. Okay? He didn't want that poor little sweet girl around an animal like me.
Right.
But he bailed me out of prison. He bailed me out of county jail. By him showing up, they dropped the bail $47,000. And the next thing you know, I was out of county jail.
Wow, that's amazing.
The moral of the story was, life happens. But you have to let it happen.
Oh, no.
And what I usually do is get a 3-section notebook. So the first 2 sections were my morning, whatever. and I would start backwards, Chinese style.
What do you mean?
So I would start from, I don't want nobody to see it, so you never start on the first page. So I would start on the last page of the second chapter.
Chinese style?
Yeah, and then the last chapter would be my spots.
I don't know, this is bigger than 21, this is bigger than 25, this is, I don't know.
In life, everybody has hang-ups, Lee.
Right. I have a lot of them.
I have a lot of them, too. We all have different hang-ups. And the fucking funny thing is when we overcome them, in your mind, what do you expect at 30? When you wake up, it's July, 12th or something?
What do you mean? My
What's
birthday?
your birthday?
20th.
All right, July 20th. When you wake up that morning, when I call you up and say, wake up, cocksucker, we're going taking it deep. And I'm like, are you awake? And you're like, yeah, I've been up for an hour. No, you haven't. Wake up, you fuck. The sun's shining. Oh, yeah, by the way, it's your birthday. What do you think is going to feel? What do you think is going to happen when you go into the age void of 30?
I don't know.
What do you expect? I mean, let's write it out. Let's get it out. What the fuck do you expect is going to happen?
Well,
what's going to be different, my brother?
About being 30?
Yes. What's going to be different?
Honestly, the one thing that's really going to change is the health thing is scaring me. I know I eat a lot of shitty food, but the health, the 30, there's people who've died at 29 of heart attacks, and so that's scaring me. The rest of it is not more about what is going to happen. It's just it's like what I was saying earlier, just what I expected from myself, and I get negative about like you said, about what I should have done earlier, what I'll be doing later, and then with especially the birthday, that was with what happened this weekend with Paula was tough, just because I'm it's gonna be the 5 years that we spent together were 5 big years in my life, so it's just weird.
I'm very sorry. I'm happy you got it out. Again, you're getting out of a relationship. What do you expect is going to happen? You learn a lot about yourself. Life is a great fucking thing. Life is fucking great.
How you like me now?
How you like me now, Lisa? Yeah. I finally grew into my age of 54 years old. I grew up, I could tell you officially when I grew up, at 47. At 47 was when I finally, you got to remember, I didn't fail as a plumber or an artist, or my business didn't fail, or I failed as a man, which is the worst failure you could fail. People come back from failing as a painter, or as a radio host, or as a comic, or they lose a contest. But it's pretty hard to come back when you failed as a man.
What do you mean you failed as a man?
I failed as a husband. I failed as a man. I failed to fight what I believed for because I thought I was going to lose. But at the same time, I became a stand-up comic. So I don't really know if there's a loss in there. But in my mind, I lost. I lost as I failed at marriage. I was a failure at that point in my life. And that scarred me more than my mother's death. And I was a failure who not only that lost his kid, like your friend. When you were telling the story before, I've been where he's been, where your wife don't let you see the kids. And you got to come up with attorney money. You got to come up with attorney money to see your kids. It's going to cost you your life savings.
It's like if you had hung around.
You have no idea.
Because the kids are teenagers.
I was a complete different person in 1995 to 19. I was angry for 4 years. Deep, embedded anger. Which meant if you cut me off by mistake, you got double of what you really deserved. If you did something to me by mistake, I went off on you 10 times harder than what it really was going on. That anger was impairing my fucking vision. It was impairing who I was. But you do have the right to get that angry. They're taking your kids from you. You know what? You don't love me, Lee? I get it, brother. I get it. you know what? I was starting to have doubts about you too. But do me a favor. Have your sister bring the kids to fucking the Burger Hut. And let me see them for an hour and just talk to them and ask them about what they want to do, how they feel that all this is going on. Don't alienate from me. I still live in a lot of pain from what happened with me 20 years ago. My daughter turned 28 years old yesterday. I sent a happy birthday on all the platforms that I have. Every year I'm going to send a happy birthday, tell her I love her, and tell her they brainwashed her. That's not the person who I was. It really wasn't. You know, if she contacts me back, she contacts me back. If she doesn't, life goes on. It's not going to drag me down. I'm not going to go to a psychiatrist. I'm too old to do drugs and snort coke and drink myself into an oblivion. I can't do that. I got responsibilities. I have another daughter. God gave me a second chance to be a man, which is a very big fucking chance. I want to thank you guys for starting the year off on a bang. This is your year, motherfucker. You got a problem, write it down, take a look at it, analyze it, and go back to scratch. You got this. We'll see you guys Wednesday. Stay black. It's your time, cocksuckers. Stay black.